Hello, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If today is your first time of coming across this channel, please subscribe. If today is your first time of seeing this page, also follow this page and also press the bell notification. This one a Blessing CEO and IVD issue. Blessing CEO is now indirectly agreeing of dating IVD because he's saying that nobody should tell them who to date and who not to date. They are both adults. And I saw what he dropped on her page yesterday when he say women we should stop doing too much, that we should not do too much, that anything wey we do, that man know any person when he wants.
With IVD. Everybody, hello. Me that I already look short in real life. Hey, blessing see you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness, it's after midnight.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's Blessing CEO, one of the biggest content creators in Nigeria today, who happens to be my good friend. But right now, I'm a bit worried. What is going on? I'm opening
I
every.
don't even know what is going on. No, maybe you guys would tell me.
Blessing.
I don't
I don't know how
what's
to.
going on.
I don't know how to.
Nobody will life.
For Osabe also put word on that tongue to speak.
Enjoy the video.
Are you dating
IVD?
IVD? Are you dating
Enjoy
IVD?
the video.
Hey, whoa! Where did you guys get that from? Like how?
Now. It is. IVD is, for those who don't know, like my beautiful daughter here. IVD is the guy who lost his wife to the fire incident. They had a quarrel, and I don't even know what the story is. You understand? There's so many different versions of the story. I've talked to the family. I know I know the lady's brother or sister, and I talk to them from time to time. So it's just a really sad thing. But I don't want to go into that particular story now. My question is, what's going on? That's it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on.
But you are on every blog.
That's what I'm saying. I'm still asking what thing happened. What did I do? I just published a hand today.
No. Let me ask you a question. Is that
little body parts that I published?
Hold on. Is that IVD's hand with your name tattooed? Is that IVD's hand with your name tattooed on it?
Did I say it was IVD's hand? I didn't say so.
No, but people now went to get the picture. See, IVD. Apparently, a hand was released today while we're doing church service. They were tagging me.
Where's the hand that was released? Where's the hand?
A hand was released today, and the hand happens to be IVD, the husband of the ex-husband or the widowed husband of the former bimbo. And I'm trying to use my words correctly. And if you go there, you see Blessing is all over Insta blog today. Let me just scroll down. Come, Tenny don't overtake you for this Insta blog. Relationship expert Blessing Okoro replies comment insinuating that her new man is businessman IVD. So this is IVD, the husband of the late bimbo. Now this is his hand, his alleged hand with Blessing CEO, that's BCO, tattooed on it. So, Blessing, I'm going to put you on lie detector test. Are you with IVD in an emotional relationship? How did they talk this thing, Seb?
You know, the internet will always speculate. So long as it's a man and a woman involved, they will always speculate. But like I used to say, never say never. Never can be the only option or the last option. You never say never.
No. I have a question. I know you don't want to answer anything specifically, but I have a question. And a lot of people seem to ask this question. And I'm not judging, neither am I in a position to judge. But the question is, isn't IVD in mourning right now?
Now, there's no, when we say in mourning, that's his personal decision. There's no criteria to how you want to mourn people that you love. I feel that's a private decision on how you want to mourn them, because you are the one that was in the relationship with them. It's like going through a divorce and somebody's telling you, why did you move on so quick? Now, we forget something about relationship and marriage. Because we're not in the relationship and marriage, we don't even know how long this marriage have died. There's some people that their marriages are dead, but they're still living together. Some people are just cohabiting, but they're not
I know
married.
what that meant.
Yes.
I went through that.
Yes. So when they leave, they've left long ago. That's the truth. So most times we just judge from the physical appearance. A lot of people are not married. They're just together in the same house. So we don't know what have transpired. So it's just easy for us to sit down, judge, talk, blah, and it's just normal for the common Nigerians that once they just see you around the married man or around the guy, they just conclude you're sleeping with the person. It's a narrative that you can't even come and start defending. You'll be wasting.
Your network has gone, bless him.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you. I could hear you. What is your take? Let me ask my beautiful daughter here. With regards to the loss of a spouse, when is, just what do you think? When is it okay to start dating? Especially when your relationship was, now we're going to have 2 instances or 3 instances. Normal relationship, instance 1, just average relationship. They are okay, they are married. Instance 2, they are very much in love. Instance 3, there is no love lost. They can barely stand each other. So imagine the woman dies or passes on. I don't want to use that word because of Instagram algorithm. Imagine the woman passes on. At what stage is okay for the guy to start dating again? Months, weeks, days?
Depends on the person.
Depends on the person. When would you say it's too soon?
It still depends on the person.
So it is person dependent.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to pick people's brains, because
the truth is, I keep saying it, and each time I come on your live video, people are not just being realistic. And that's why in this part of the world, relationship and marriage is like a bondage, because people are not being honest with themselves. That's the truth. So people cannot be dictating to you how to live your life or what to do in your relationship. It's you that is going through this stuff. It's you that know how long you want to mourn someone. It's you that know if this person is even deserve the money. That's the truth. I used to say before, there are some people that
she's not a teenager. She's 20. She's going to be 21 this year. She's an adult.
So money.
When my mother was her age, she was pregnant with me. Let's start putting perspective into things. Those of you saying, when my mother was her age, my mother gave birth to me at 21, and she not carried pregnancy for 3 weeks. So person we born for 21, just no say by 20 the belly don't day inside. And I was born in May, and my mother was born in October 5th. So if my mother gave birth to me 21 years, by 20, by her age, I don't date my mama belly, and my mother had her masters before she gave birth to me at 21. So 21 no be small age, neither is 20. So please, let's correct that.
Okay.
So back to the issue at hand, which is very important. People are supposed to mourn, and to be very honest, in a rocky relationship, I can imagine what it was like with my ex. Should one of those fights have resulted in the passing on of any one of us, which I thank God it didn't, I, for instance, would have moved on within 2 weeks, because of the nature of, I'm not saying she's bad or I'm bad. I'm saying it was a volatile relationship.
You don't know what they went through. You're not in the marriage. So you cannot
but my question for you, Blessing, is a lawyer.
It's personal decision.
A lawyer is not allowed to jump into the arena with the parties involved. And you, as a relationship counselor and expert, should you be in the arena? As in, if they are saying you are dating, you are not confirming that you are dating IVD, but if they are saying you are dating IVD, is it not a bit too close in the matter? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Now, the truth about it is professionalism is different from your personal life. It's like
They say
you're working in
IVD
the
they
bank,
here.
right?
I'm listening to you.
It's like you're working in the bank and you have this customer you are serving very well. You are good at what you do in the bank. Your customer can get to like you. You can get to fall in love with your customer. Doesn't mean your customer will not bank with you again. In fact, we actually meet people where we work. It is people around us that we fall in love with. Yes, it is your social media followers that will like your work and begin to probably want to get personal about you. It's either you want to be personal about someone or you want to be professional. So it's just choice. Personal life is between you and the person. Professional life is for the public. So there is no criteria. It's just a personal thing between two adults. People cannot tell you who to and who not to. So it's a choice. That's what I feel. So I don't think, people on the media, I call them, we have more of Gen Zs on the social media who don't reason. They don't have, depth reasoning. Yes, that's the truth. They just want to comment. They just want to talk. They don't want to, get to use their brains. And it's unfortunate. So you cannot come and start bantering words with such people. They'll be all right. And that's the reason why I used to say there's a difference between facts and gist. When something is factual, you can always deliberate on it over and over and over again. But when it's gist, it's tiring. That's the reason why if you talk about a topic now, as this blessing CU and IVD is trending, in the next 5 days you want to do this, nobody will answer you. They are all here because it's trending, not because it's factual. So the point is they don't do facts, they do trend. And that's the reason why it's so hard to deliberate on important issue and it begins to repeat itself again. A lot of things we talk about every day are things that if we sit down and analyze them, a lot of people might not make mistakes, but no. When you want to talk about them, mind your business, shut up, cloud chaser. So it begins to repeat. It now looks as if you are gossiping. Most of the topics you talk about that they are very sensitive that if somebody pays attention. But no, they don't like facts, they like gist. They are more interested in his blessing, CEO dating IVD. Is it your business? It's not your business. That's the truth. It's not your business. It's a personal decision. He's an adult, I'm an adult. If we decide to choose, if we don't want to, so nobody should come and tell you what and what not to do. That's my own speculation.
And in all honesty, in that regard, I think I agree with you. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I agree with everything she said. Apart from the age group that's actually causing this problem.
You don't want
I don't actually agree with it. Like,
why?
Everything, let me say, in
Is
everything.
the Gen Zs now?
No. I know that there are a lot of Gen Zs on social media. We want to trend and all of that, this and that. But that's the thing. When you actually think about it, like I'm Gen Z, for instance. Do you understand? Maybe it's because of the kind of people I surround myself with. But
maybe.
You tend to, especially you tend to tag us as we're too emotional. Do you understand? Do you know why you actually do that? Do you know why I do? Because we actually look in depth of everything. Do you understand? Everything happens for a reason. So to you, we're being emotional. The thing is, we don't look at the whole picture like this. Do you understand? I don't know the generation before us, but those are the troublemakers, not us. They look at everything like this and it's black or white. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? It's like we want to know why. Do you understand what I'm talking about? We're not that quick to judge. Do you understand what I'm talking? And that's why you see us as too liberal. Do you understand what I mean? So I don't think it's us. That's because it's whoever is
let me say some Gen Z. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to be defensive.
Some Gen Z. Some Gen Z.
All right, another relationship expert in the room with us, Pepe Room.
Relationship expert, okay?
How is your baby, by the way?
Daddy Freeze, Happy New Year, Daddy Freeze.
Happy New Year. Blessing see you. Happy New Year, my sister. I've not greeted you. Happy New Year. Hey, everybody.
Happy New Year, guys.
So,
all right.
What is your take? Let's hear from you.
Daddy Freeze, I want to first start from the question you asked your daughter that is it when is the appropriate time for someone that is no longer married to move on and stop mourning. Now your daughter gave a very good answer, which is it depends on the person, but I think in a conversation like this what we are lacking is context. We're not just talking about anybody that isn't divorced anyone. We're talking about a specific person, which is IVD and his situation, right? So there's a layer of the circumstances that led to his significant other passing on. There are also allegations of domestic violence, whether it's on her part or it's on his part, that is going around. And there's also the next layer of the children who are involved, right? Their kids that they have together that could have access to social media and see these things. So with IVD situation, I think people are expecting some level of social media public respect to be awarded to Bimbo. Even if he wants to move on, it's fine, but it has to be in a respectful manner because the situation is still very, very delicate, right? And on him moving on, the alleged person that he's moving on with is, Blessing, as the internet is saying. And I think why Nigerians will pay more attention to this is, remember, Blessing had a lot to say about their relationship. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, was Blessing speaking from an emotional standpoint when she was going so hard on Bimbo? Were they in a relationship at that time? So people are confused, and I think that is natural. And it's for someone that is a relationship expert, people might put her on a pedestal, so they hold her to a certain standard. So it's like, you've spoken on this relationship. Are you okay with being in a relationship with someone that you've is it right to be in a relationship with someone that you've worked with as a relationship expert? So there are different layers to it, Daddy Freeze. Also, Blessing mentioned that, social media will speculate and they don't know anything. Well, someone that is respected like Blessing, the best thing to say is like, guys, no, this is not true. We're not dating, no. It's not that serious. And everybody moves on. So the question is...
Sorry, my question to you there is, what if they're dating? What if they are dating? Is she supposed to lie to her fans? You see, Blessing is she's neither saying yes nor no. She's saying never say never.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, if she's saying yes, then okay, we can take it from there. Then the question will now be, Blessing, do you think that this is appropriate? Are you going to keep speaking on Bimbo, his late wife? Were you dating IVD when you gave us your opinion about Bimbo and IVD's relationship? Why are you making a movie that is probably about the life of IVD and Bimbo? So those are the questions that people are asking, Daddy Freeze, and I think it's fair.
Okay.
And like I said,
Blessing is here. Let's hear from her.
And like I said, you don't have the right to my private life. That's not your business. What I put out is content. It's what I give you that you take. Don't force me to say things that are private to me. That's it. If I want to say it, I say it. Whether
Blessing, you brought it.
No, listen.
Hold on. Pepper Room.
Whether
Let her respond.
IVD is involved or another person is involved or whoever is involved, you cannot compel me to speak about my private life just because you feel a certain way. It's none of your business. So that's what I'm telling the public. It's not your business. That's it. Because at the end of the day, why do I say it's none of your business? No matter what I say, you believe what you want to believe. I remember the last time I spoke on Daddy Freeze live, they pulled down my account just because I was being honest. If I look you in the face and tell you I have anything to do with you, will not beat me. But the internet is not where you bring your personal life. So let's give them content. They should keep speculating because there is nothing that you say that they would understand. They already have their mind. And like I said, gossip sells here, not fact. And before I started even talking about the issue, they've already been saying I was dating him. Once you talk about a man, you are sleeping with him. So why should I come and sit down and be explaining myself to people who just want to listen to gossip? It doesn't make sense. Not like I cannot sit down, but no. But me coming to explain myself is I'm already involved with this person. That's the truth. Involved in the sense that it might not be emotional, it might be emotional. But people already have their speculation. If I come now to talk, they'll say, hey, blessing one con debunk and blessing one con. No. They should say whatever they want to say. It's Nigeria, they'll be all right. And that's why I don't want to say a particular thing on it. Because they will still say blessing, they lie, blessing, da, 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 da. So they should enjoy themselves. I put out a hand and wrote love notes. Did I call anybody's name? Is it a crime to find love? And everybody started speculating that.
No. Hold on, blessing. I want to say something here. I just to buttress what you are saying about the fact that people love gossip.
Okay.
Right now, there are 309 people watching me live on TikTok. 307 was 309 before. Not YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. 260 watching me live on YouTube. 1,200 watching me live on Facebook. And 2,924 watching live on Instagram. The whole people that came to church this morning is about 1.5 on all platforms, plus TikTok, plus everybody that. But I just, the title alone, Blessing CEO Confesses. Me and we are arranging here doing like this. There were already 1,400 people waiting. So you need to understand that in this world, the day I started being proud of my job as a content creator, Blessing and I are we are under the same management for one of our platforms. I don't want to go into details about it, and I don't think you should too. That's our private life, but
that's our team.
That's what we know how much we make from that platform, and the day I started being proud of being a content creator was the day I realized that Harry, son of the late Diana, left being a prince to come and create content with us. Harry and Megan left acting. Harry left being Harry gave up being a prince to come and become a content creator. The work I am doing and the work Harry is doing is exactly the same work. It's just that Harry gets paid better than I do because of the fact that he's a prince married to an actress. So you need to understand that when it comes to content creation, emotional issues sell. If William had come out to do the same thing Harry had come out to do, he would have sold maybe a quarter of what Harry sold, simply because of the underlying emotional issues involved in the Harry-Meghan situation. Now, when you are a content, my friend Louis Duke, Uncle Louis, said anytime he comes out of his house, because he's into construction, interior decoration, he used to tell me those days that anytime he comes out of his house in the morning, 1004, and sees cranes working in Victoria Island, he starts to smile, knowing business is going. I'm not a constructor. I'm not a tent maker like Paul or a fisherman like Peter. What makes me smile? Content. When I woke up this morning and I saw Blessing was trending, I called Blessing. I said, Blessing, that is to me is the crane I'm seeing. It's my work. It's my field. Blessing, you have to come to my live. I'm in the village. Internet is not so good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try at night when internet will be better. That's how I got her to come here live. So what am I trying to say is, I'm not making an excuse, but I'm trying to explain that in this world of content creation, some people are neutral. Sometimes I'm neutral. Sometimes I pick a side. In this IVD Bimbo situation, I was more on Bimbo's side. And I will be more on Bimbo's side. Doesn't mean that Blessing that is on IVD's side is my enemy. At the end of the day, we are lawyers. Social media lawyers. Now we they hire. Me and Blessing will still drink beer and eat pepper soup anytime we see. I will still call her if I need her to do something for me. We are the lawyers. It's like the day I found this out, I stopped taking life personal. I went to court with my ex in our divorce. And the lawyer bashed me. I was so angry, only for me to go and see my lawyer at the club, and he was drinking pepper soup and beer with the other lawyer, my ex's lawyer. I looked at them. I could not believe that this guy that was insulting you and
he betrayed you.
Do you understand?
You felt betrayed.
Let me tell you, after that, I became the lawyer's friend to sit down and drink. The day they finished bashing me, the last time we came out, the guy gave me a high five. He said, I bashed you well, Abi. I said, you're not serious. You understand what I'm telling you? You have to learn to detach yourself from the arena. That is the only place where I'm a bit worried, because now Blessing is IVD's quote and unquote online lawyer. I am Bimbo's family, quote and unquote, maybe not as deep as Blessing, online lawyer. So when Bimbo's family has something to say, they will use me. When IVD has something to say, they will use Blessing. But now,
funny enough, that is funny enough, IVD is not even saying anything. That's the thing. The guy is not saying anything. You just want the guy doesn't even like to talk. Do you know how many times I've told him?
That's one interview. That's not true. Since you know we're speculating about this relationship, right?
Okay.
In case you've not heard, Blessing, what is being said on the streets is that IVD said that you guys are not dating, that he only tattooed your name, quote unquote, because you stood by him publicly. So he denied it.
That's what I'm trying to say now. When did he say?
He denied it. Ask him.
So that's what I'm trying to say. I have not even seen. I don't even know. So what is it if he says that that's what you're saying, quote and unquote, on the streets? I am standing for what I posted.
So you're saying it's not him?
That's not your business. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, Blessing, you spoke about this man's wife.
Okay, hold on. Let's let the Gen Z.
His wife, and you people were offended.
Hold on.
And you people were offended. I refuse to speak about them again.
Hold on, guys.
So let me speak for myself.
Hold on, guys. Mm-hmm. Let's let the Gen Z.
I'm not trending them again. Let me trend.
Hey, Pepper Room, don't go. Okay, hold on. Gen Z, what do you think about the situation at hand?
Gen Z.
Well, at the end of the day, everybody is like raising valid points. Like, yeah, it's nobody's business. Do you understand, to know who you're dating or what's going on in your personal life? But at the same time, when your personal life gets spilled onto the internet, you are now prone to judgment, criticism, and all of these things that are going to be thrown at you. So the same way that you're saying that, they don't have a right to know what's going on in your personal life, you also can't stop them from throwing their stones at you. Do you understand? Because you put yourself.
Have I stopped them?
Yeah, you haven't stopped them, but you're frustrated by them. Do you understand? And that's all you can actually do. Be angry about it until they decide to get bored and latch on to the next gist or whatever. But like, that's just, I don't know, like, there isn't really I don't know if there's a solution to what's been going on. Like, I understand that people, right? Yeah.
Let me Gen Z a question.
Yeah.
But would you understand in circumstances like this where it's being brought to social media?
That's what I'm saying. I do understand.
You know, the man in question, his relationship with his ex was all over social media. You know, and Blessing is also a relationship expert. So do you understand why people want to ask these questions?
Yes, I do.
In your opinion?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And she said it. She said,
I understand why they would want to. Do you understand?
They want to ask the questions. Right? It's okay to ask questions.
If someone like me now, all I can do, because I would be curious, but all I can do is ask the question. And if she doesn't want to answer, she's not going to answer. And I'm just going to be curious about it. Do you understand? But I do understand their need and their persistence with the questions. Like, I understand why they would want to know, because I would want to know as well if I knew about the matter.
Now, answering the question is not my problem. But like I repeat myself, there is nothing you want to say. Even as Pepper is seated here, she already has a perception. Anything I want to say, she believes what she wants to believe. So I don't want to waste my... No, you don't need to. I don't need you to believe me. Don't believe me, sir. Because the moment...
You don't have no reason to lie.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. And I don't want to talk about it. It's content. From you guys should be speculating. Let it be trending. I love the trend.
Okay, so you
feed
like
on it.
that people are speculating. You like
I
it.
love it.
Wait, did you
Okay,
not
so
notice?
it's
Did you
okay.
not notice? Because
I
the
love
moment
it.
she
More
answers, people
trend
are
is
just going
coming.
to
I
give their
love it.
opinions, and then the matter is over. So obviously, she loves to trend. I mean, it's her
They'll
job
be
to trend.
fine. They'll be 3 days. They won't be alright. We'll post another body part. Because the tattoo.
Now,
Body
now,
parts are
now,
coming.
now, here's what I want to say too. Social media, unlike real life, has no regulations, no rules. Anything
Unfortunately,
goes. So,
unfortunately,
fortunately and unfortunately, the way they'll judge this matter in a village square is different from the way they'll judge it in school. Is the way they'll judge it on. Is different from the way they'll judge it on social media.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I try to be as liberal as possible, so as to be able to hear people out properly, and that, in my humble opinion, gives more room for reality. Even though at the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm creating more speculation. Because it's not like a question was answered. And even if a question is answered, people will still start to speculate again. Online in-laws. How we are going to deal with them in this 2023, even me, I don't know.
It's not even that. Daddy Freeze now. Pepper Room asked me a very honest question. If I answer the question, they will drag me. If I answer the question, they will still call me all the names they have called when they speculated. If I don't answer the question, why would I come and be responsible for that? You don't get where I'm coming from. I'm not scared to say you go beat me. You don't go beat me now. But now, even if I answer the question, they'll say you disrespected her. Why would you? And you don't answer. So these people are people who already have minds of their own and what they speculate. So your answer might come off as disrespect and insensitive. Like I said, we've had this kind of live session before where I was being blunt and being honest. It was misunderstood. The Blessed CEO was insensitive. So I'm picking my words because I know a lot of people do not have the mental capacity to digest it. So I'm being respectful here, Pepper Room, by not answering that question because my response might come off as insensitive, as wicked, and as being inconsiderate. So I rather just let my private life be so that it doesn't look as if I'm trampling on somebody else. I don't know if you're getting my point. Because the public will not, take it. So I don't want to come off that way because answering your question is not a problem. But I don't want people to make it look like, okay, you're being insensitive or you're being this and you're being that. So that's why I decided to just, let it slide.
now can I
All right,
say
but I
something?
have one question. Let me ask one question quickly. Your recent movie that you just put out, is it based on IVD and Bimbo's life story?
Go and watch
The
it and
recent
find out.
movie.
Watch it and find out.
Okay.
And apart from the question you're asking me, whatever story that you watch there is your mind because they are not the first who have had such story. It's based on people's true life stories. Stories are relatable. But maybe because it's a trending issue, you feel it's your feeling. Movies are being made for lessons. Pick the lessons and leave. Like we said, it's based on true life story. So if it's a different producer that produces, we did not watch it. You don't reach blessing. I don't ask, is it based on Bimbo? No, you don't ask me that question. The essence of the movie, there's a lesson to be learned in the movie. So it's either you take out your emotions and pick out the lessons, or you watch it with your emotions. But the movie was not made. There's a powerful lesson in the movie because it's a relatable story that every young girl can relate to. So that's it.
Where can we get your movie from, by the way, Blessing?
It's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's called Sweet Sour.
Oh, okay. YouTube,
Sweet
not
Sour.
Facebook.
YouTube and on Facebook. You can watch it there.
Okay, so if I go to your account on Facebook now, which is
Or you
Blessing.
just go to my page and click the link on the bio. We have the movie there. It's a very powerful message.
How
If you
long
put your
is the
emotions
movie?
aside. I think the movie is about 1 hour, 1 hour 45 minutes.
Oh,
the complete movie.
So it's a complete movie.
It's a complete movie. Yeah.
Sweet
I'll
sour.
watch it. I want to know. I want to know what
Okay,
it,
okay.
what
So
it's
before
about.
we speculate, I'll advise that we go and watch the movie, and let us that would afford us the opportunity to actually be more informed in our decision making. You wanted to ask a question.
Okay, I wanted to just because I wasn't aware of this whole situation that was going on. Me being the Gen Z that I am, latching on to gist. But I wanted to know, is IVD being questioned the way, or pestered the way she's being questioned?
Oh,
No,
IVD went through a,
no.
you know, it was
No,
his.
no. Do you know why it's important that I
Social media
know?
lawyer.
Because people have this habit of, imagine I am dating you. Do you understand? And then you cheat on me, because people are speculating that, okay, maybe she was with him while he was with Bimbo before she passed on. Do you understand? People have this habit of throwing the stone at the other woman and not actually throwing the stone at the person who wedded you. Do you understand that kind of thing? So I just wanted to know and like specify, because like
I mean,
understand
I'm
that they
sure
are putting
people
pressure on
are
her to like
in
answer. Do you
IVD's DMs
understand?
asking him questions and all that. And Daddy Freeze,
Okay.
I don't want us to,
Okay.
gaslight the public as if I know it's all content creation, but I think us as content creators, right, we need to be very mindful of, what we put out there, right? Because let's remember, this is about, a topic that in Nigeria, it's very sensitive, is domestic violence, and a woman lost her life. So it's not as if people just care about,
Now, now,
who Blessing
now,
is
now,
sleeping with behind
Talk
closed
about this
doors.
gaslighting thing.
now, yeah. Now, let me now talk about that. You see, I've heard a lot from Bimbo's side, and I've also heard a lot from IVD's side. Even during the live that day, when when Bimbo's younger brother joined us, we knew that that particular relationship was very turbulent, if I can use those words. It wasn't more so a case of domestic issues as it was a case of a very turbulent relationship. I believe that by now, IVD shouldn't be roaming free and on social media if he was directly responsible for her demise. Of course, he definitely had something to do with it, and at the end of the day, but you see, there were two people who were not matched for each other. And there are so many stories from both sides. So this is not a case of gaslighting the public, even though there's an element of that, like my beautiful Yella here pointed out. But at the end of the day, it's also there's no open and shut. It's not an open and shut case. It's a case of Bimbo's defense against IVD's defense, and at the end of the day, people pick sides, and make judgment.
Now, Daddy Freeze, please, sorry to interrupt you. Let's also quickly understand, right? Apart from the fact that I am speaking, everybody in this part of the world are very, very insensitive when it comes to men. It's always be a man. You've not heard from this guy. Most of you don't know the true stories. Forget the noise. You've not done, the difference between bloggers and journalists. People don't have the real facts. That's the truth. So when I see most people trying to, I will be smiling. There are facts to this stuff. And you said a very intelligent thing, Daddy Freeze. He is roaming free. Why is he roaming free? If he actually has all this, it's just noise.
Guilty people won't roam free all the time. There are people that,
Yeah, but Pepper Room, is it
free.
us? Is it our
That's
call?
that's not new.
Hold on, Pepper Room. Is it our call to label him guilty?
No, I don't say we should
Have you?
label him
Hold on.
guilty.
They're saying
Sorry,
the same
sorry.
thing.
You see, you said guilty people. That already is a half full cup. I agree with you that guilty people roam freely, but my question is, and Blessing raised the point. We heard from Bimbo's family. We've not heard from IVD.
Heard from him.
To be honest,
I'm even the one speaking on his behalf.
we've not heard from him. And
You've not heard from him.
even
It's
though I'm
just
on
because she's
Bimbo's
a
side
woman
on this,
and she's late.
I'm on
and because
Bimbo's
he's a
side on
man,
this, and I
which is
continue to be on
unfair.
Bimbo's side. In as much as I want to do that, I also want to be fair. I'm a man, and I've also been through a turbulent relationship. And any of us could have lost their lives. It's as simple as this. there were fights that you would think the fight will not get to a certain level, and the fight will escalate, escalate, and escalate. I told you a story of me and my ex fighting, and my neighbor was on Third Milan Bridge, and they were calling him that these people are fighting, and he drove all the entire Third Milan Bridge to VI, and he still met us and separated us. Anything could have happened. She has thrown glass at me before. So what am I saying is, in a turbulent relationship, anything can happen and everything can happen. I am not on IVD side, but in fairness to IVD, we haven't heard his side of the story. As when I brought Bimbo's younger brother to my live, I wrote a DM to IVD. I do that all the time. For instance, if Rita, for instance, that just joined us now, if she breaks up with her husband and comes to my life to cry, hey, my husband got 3 house girls pregnant, hey, my husband stole money, hey, my husband used to do this, I will write a DM to the husband for posterity. Hello, would you like to share your side of the story? For the balance. We didn't hear anything from him. You understand? Now, the Nigerian police is not good. A high-profile case like this, the Nigerian police will not play with it. When a case is in the media like this, the Nigerian police will not play with it. What I can say in defense of Bimbo, from things I have access to, are that Bimbo did not have a substance abuse problem, at least from the hospital tests that were sent to me by one of her sisters. And it would be good for that to be recorded so that people don't look at her as somebody who had a substance abuse problem, because one of the sisters actually sent me hospital test results from the last test she took before she passed. And I always say this: Bimbo could be a great woman and IVD could be a great guy, but they could be terrible together. It's like two elements that when they meet, they always catch. It's like fire and petrol. Petrol is good. We are queuing to buy it. Fire is good. Is what we use to cook our food. Today, if there was no fire, we would have grilled our turkey. But she grilled the turkey we ate today, by the way. That's amazing. So, but when you take this fire and you mix it with petrol in the wrong condition, you could burn down a whole village. So we need to keep that in perspective. Let's. Do you have anything to say?
Sorry, my darling. Before you say something, there's something I want to say before I probably cap. Everybody says, "Why is he not speaking? Why is he not speaking?" Sometimes, when you love people so much, you don't want to tell your own side of the story. Yes. So sometimes you not speaking doesn't make you a coward, or doesn't mean you don't have a story. Sometimes you just don't want to disrespect. Maybe he loves his late wife enough to not want to pass the wrong narrative and just allow it slide. But unfortunately, the media doesn't want everybody to rest. That's the truth. Because if he starts to tell his own side of the story, another fire is up. So is it not better to let sleeping dogs lie? Like we always say, since she's late and she cannot come and defend herself, what is he going to say now that she can come and say, okay, it's true or is a lie? So I feel him being quiet is respectful enough. That's my own opinion. Is to just keep quiet. Let the family be trending the narratives. In as much as, yes, it comes in there's so much defamation in the character, there's so much lies, there's so much allegation, but he's still quiet. Not because he didn't have anything to say, but like, I just want her memory to be safe. I don't want it to be like, it came from me, I disrespected her. So that's what I feel. So because he's not talking doesn't mean he doesn't have a side of the story or nothing actually happened. That's what I believe. So let's just allow the guy mourn the way he understands. Let's allow him respect his late wife the way he feels he wants to respect her. And that's just all I'm saying. Let's just stop, pushing our narratives and the things that we feel. If you were in a very good relationship or in a very good marriage, or everything was peaceful and everything was nice, the way you're going to mourn the late person is going to be different from when there was a whole lot of chaos. in the relationship or the marriage. So we don't know what transpired. So I just feel let's just respect people and the way they want to, live their lives. So that's what I have to say on this matter.
Yeah, I understand that completely, Blessing. But what I will say is that since earlier you did say that a lot of men going through domestic violence.
Sorry, my baby wanted to say something. Sorry, Pepper
Okay,
Room.
go ahead.
She wanted to say something
No,
even
go ahead.
before Blessing said. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
You forgot what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
Okay, Pepper Room, talk when you are done. She'll say something. Sorry, I got into your head.
Okay, I think it's as important. You can preserve your wife's memory and also speak on some of the things that you went through in your relationship, and say that this isn't true. I've never put my hands on my wife. I loved her to death. I never harmed her. I never did any of that. So I do think that is necessary. As the other party speaking, put out your own statement so the record can reflect. So in the future, when your kids are like, Father, they were saying this about Mom and you. What happened? Why is it that you didn't, dispute this? Why is it that you kept silent? He can be like, look, I did make this statement and I kept quiet after that. So I think it's important.
Now also remember that, like Daddy Free said, this is a civil matter. It's in the police station and it's in the law court. There are lots of things that are going to happen before he can want to speak. So let him take his time. He did not say he's not going. Some people need to heal before they can sit on. Some people are not used to us that come and sit on cameras every day. So let's allow him take his time. Maybe at the right time he feels he's okay or he has healed enough to come and explain his own side of the story. Maybe he will. I don't know if you're understanding my point. But for now, there are still lots of investigations going on. They lost somebody, right? And there are lots of stories. So the police is working, the law firm is working, everybody. So maybe everybody's trying to keep the things low until they've gotten the facts of probably what he wants to talk about. Because there is nothing that young man is going to say now that you will believe he doesn't have facts. Let him gather his facts so that if he's speaking, he could always have something to say. This is it, and this is it. That's what I feel. Him coming to talk right now is just probably pleasing the young people who do not even understand what it is. If he has to set the narrative right, he has to have some basic facts. Like you said, if his kids grow up, they could have something to leverage on and say, okay, this is the reason, and that is the reason.
Blessing, it's great that you're on this live to clear up certain things, and I hope you use this opportunity to do so. This is a very sensitive matter to everyone that have heard of it when it was occurring. It's not something to joke about. I know, you guys are content creators and all of that, but somebody died during this whole thing, and it's very painful. For a mom like myself, nobody's relationship is perfect and whatnot, but for a mom like myself, this was a very painful thing to hear and see on social media. But the thing now is, you're on this live, but you're not giving us, you're not clarifying anything, and I know you're saying whatsoever you say would not be believed, but there are people like myself that do follow, and I won't lie, when I saw that video or the film you made, my brain just went straight to this woman's case. I can't name her name here, but my brain just went there, and there was even a scene where you poured either kerosene on yourself, burning yourself up. That was quite traumatic to see in that clip. I mean, that's why I said this is a way for you to just put our heart at ease and tell us. In fact, why are you a spokesperson for this guy? I know, yes, people, it's deep. And it pains me. I can't even talk about this that much. I don't know who the woman was. I don't know the man. I'm all the way here in the UK, but this thing was trending. Even workmates were talking about this thing, So please, just...
I want to ask you a question, Rita. I want to ask you a question. Okay. Hold on, Blessing, before you answer. Okay. Has it been proven that IVD was the one who, I don't want to use the word, was the one who took the wife's life? Because there's one thing with women. That's why I like Gen Zs. Gen Zs will study the thing and not get emotional. Women and mothers, get so emotional. You see, when you are entering a matter, do not look at it from your eye. That is why when you go to court, you see a sign of that woman holding the scales. Her eyes are tied. The justice is called the justice is blind. Because if you start putting your emotions, oh, I'm a mother, oh, I have children, I can imagine what happened to my children. This, from my understanding of this case so far, it is a case of two people being incompatible as against one person buying another. It is more of two people who had no business being together for the last 5 years. Two people in a turbulent, volatile place. And these two people at each other's throats. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. It doesn't look to me, from a very objective point of view, detaching my emotions from it. If I went into this emotionally, be like, this guy don't buy this babe. But looking at it, let me tell you, Nigerian police, on high profile case, they want to show they are working. Oh. They want to show they are working. If this guy had something to do directly with her passing, he will be behind bars as of today. Because whether you like, hold on. Murder is not a bailable offense. I don't want to use that word. It is not, you can't bail. So they've sat down, they've looked at the body of evidence. I'm not saying tomorrow they cannot arrest him. But to me right now, if I truly want to be fair, if I don't want to gaslight, if I don't want to be emotional, I've heard from both sides. This matter could have been avoided by Daddy Free's teachings. When una see say marriage no work, make una leave. That is what I've been singing for the last 5 years. That's the only solution to this matter. It is two incompatible people, or people who have over the years grown incompatible and really had no business together, but were forced together by circumstance and situation. You want to say something? Okay, hold on.
Daddy Freeze?
Sorry. Hold on. Let me finish. She wants to say something, but I just want to air all my thoughts. Okay, ask me. Go ahead. Oh yeah, ask me. Ask me.
We talking.
So it's a very delicate situation. Someone says there's no law in Nigeria to confirm that this thing happened in Lagos. So there is not more, if not Port Harcourt now. You understand? Because I had a divorce case handled in Lagos. I can tell you there is law in Nigeria. I had a divorce